Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to everyone. We'll invite those who are in the sanctuary to take a seat, and those joining us from afar also to find a comfortable position to prepare ourselves for the journey of Tefillah ahead, to welcome in Shabbat, even though it's a little bit of a different pace of the week, still a lot happening this week, and so we can join grounding ourselves in the Tefillah, in the welcoming of this holy day. We begin with Yedid Nefesh on page 10. We'll pick up at the last paragraph, Higalena, on page 252 in the Sim Shalom. Continue on page 11. We're on page 254. Lechu neranana. Let us go and let us sing together. Lechu neranana.
שנה אקוט בדור ואומר עם טועה לבבהם והם לא ידעו דרכי אשר נשבעתי באפי אם יבואון אל מנוחתי
page 255. Adonai malach begel haaretz yisrael navi manav nishbad mechon kisefon shnulam telavim.
על כל אלוהים.
אוהבי אדוני צינוריו, שומר אבשור חסידיו מהרשעים יצילם.
אור זרוע לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה, שמחו צדיקות באדוני והודו זכר קודשו. מזמור שיר לשיר חדש מכבוד השר היה מולו תבל ויושב בה, נהרות עמך וכף יחד הרים ירננו.
לפני אדוני קיבה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט הבל וצלק עמים במישרים. Page 19, Adonai malach yibzuamim asher
משה ואהרון ובכהניו ושמואל וקוראי שמו קוראים אל אדוני והוא יענה. אל נושא היית להם ונוקם על עלילותיו.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. Invite you to rise if you're able. Mizmor LeDavid, page 21 or page 260.
לאדוני בני אלי אהבו לאדוני כבוד שמו
may be seated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So I'm sure like many of you, I have gratitude on the mind. It's the season after Thanksgiving, thinking about just the heart of the word of what it is, and using this as a time to think about the things that we're grateful for, although I'll admit that gratitude is not something I only think about during this season. It's something I think about often. When I was once asked in an interview, it was a very specific interview for being a chaplain in a hospital, and when I was in rabbinical school, and the question that was asked was, what is the feeling you feel most comfortable feeling? I'm not sure if you would consider gratitude a feeling, but for me, that's often the place where I go. And so while I'm thinking about it now, it's not the only time that I'm thinking about it, and I also assume that that is the same for everyone here. And in our tradition, we have gratitude as one of the core concepts of the work that we try to do on ourselves. In the Musar tradition, when we're working on our midot, on our character traits, gratitude is considered hakarat hatov, seeing the good, finding the good within different parts of our lives, and allowing that to lead the way that we interact with ourselves and others and the greater world. In Parshat Vayeshev, we meet Yosef, our dreamer, and despite the various challenges that he encounters in his life, which are many, the text continues to tell us that Vayehi Adonai et Yosef, that God is with Yosef. The text tells us that God is with Yosef at the times we would least expect it, when he's in the house of Potiphar, and then when he finds himself in prison because of what happened to him in Potiphar's house with Potiphar's wife. It tells us, Vayehi Adonai et Yosef, that in these moments, God is with Yosef. And I think one way of thinking about gratitude is that it is one of the ways when we can find God in our lives when we feel like we're in the darkest moments, when we're in the moments that feel void of everything else. That spark of gratitude can be what allows us to remember that we're not alone. And one of my absolute favorite teachings is by Rav Shagar, who is a rabbi, was a rabbi in the 21st century, who lived in Efrat, and he explores the question of finding gratitude and God during our most challenging and difficult times. And he writes that hakarat hatov, being grateful, is the foundation of worship. It's the foundation of our worship, and he quotes Rav Kook, who teaches that the power of hakarat hatov is the greatest power in our soul. Gratitude is the greatest power in our soul. But Rav Shagar does not shy away from how difficult this can be. And he asks in his teaching, how can a person, and I'll add like Yosef or each one of us, whose existence is full of disappointment and frustration, always live from a place of hakarat hatov, with a deep feeling of thanks and gratitude? How is that realistic? It doesn't feel like that's always the case, and we can all relate to the moments where trying to even muster up the gratitude seems impossible. And Rav Shagar answers his question by turning to our liturgy, specifically looking at the Modim prayer that we have in our Amidah, which we say every single day, and on Shabbat we say it too. It's not one of the blessings that's changed. He notes that every day in this blessing, we are thanking God for the everyday miracles, not the supernatural ones or the ones that seem to be spectacular, but the ones that happen to us on a day-to-day basis. He says, we pray, Nisecha bechol yom vayom, that we are grateful for life itself, for all of your miracles that you give to us day in and day out. Not for a specific good that has happened to us or a special occasion. He concludes by saying, a life of gratitude is one in which a person affirms life not because it is good, but rather because it is. Not because life is good, but just because it is. On Shabbat, we take a deep breath and think about the original breath of life that God blew into the nostrils of the first human being, giving us life. We imitate God's rest, actualizing the ways in which we were made in God's image. We fill our hearts with gratitude simply just for being. And as we turn to Lachadodi and we continue to immerse ourselves in the prayers of Kabbalat Shabbat and then the Aravit service, making our way to the peak moment of the Amidah and the Modim prayer. May we recognize that the pauses and the breaths we take between the melody and the words are the keys to unlocking a life of gratitude, no matter how dark our world outside may seem. Shabbat Shalom, and we continue with L'chadodi on page 23, or page 262 in the Sim Shalom.
ושלום עטרת בלגן בשמחה ובצורה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלם שבת המלכה לך
to remain standing as we escort in Herb Fisher and Karen Sussman and their daughter Rachel Fisher and their entire family. We send the condolences on the death of Herb's mother, Thelma Fisher, and we invite them back into the community, holding them close. And we turn to the traditional words on page 26 as they walk in. We say, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem Betoch Shar Avlei Tzion B'Yerushalayim. May the divine comfort you along with all the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. May this be a time of comfort. You may be seated, and we continue with the Psalm for Shabbat, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat, page 27, or page 266.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר שמך העליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות עלי הסול
continue with the service of Aravit, welcoming in, having welcomed in Shabbat, ready to make our pilgrimage to the Amidah. And we begin with Baruch Hu on page 39a, inviting you to rise if you're able, in a moment of recognizing that we are gathering in prayer, both from near and far, calling out to say, we are here, we are ready to go on this journey together.
May be seated. Continue on page 40. Avat olam beit olam chavtat olam mitzvot chukim mishpatim otam b'madat al
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגי יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל
Shema ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחים את צווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך הכל טוב וקיים, עלינו, כי אמרנו,
Pray for redemption, top of page 44, page 290.
מלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגיע לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We pray for peace, Hashkivenu, on page 45 or 292. Hashkivenu, Eloheinu, Leshem, Lamkim, Makim,
לעשות את השבת לדורותיו ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ששת ימים עשתה אדוני את השמיים ואת יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה ועלמה דיברה קירותה וימליך מלכותה בחייך וביומך ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן יהי שם רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמד קודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
We face east and continue with the silent Amidah, page 47 or 296, saying the words on the page or the words in our heart. Continue with Vayachulu on page 53 or page 314.
Vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tziva'am Vayechalim v'yom hashvi'i v'lachto asher asa Vayishbo b'yom hashvi'i v'kol v'lachto asher asa Vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i v'yikadesh oto Ki bo shabbat mikol mlachto Asher bara Elohim la'asot
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu V'Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak V'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel V'Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ.
מגן אבות בדברו, וחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו.
המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם.
פניו נבוא ורב הפחד, ונוטה לשמוע בכל יום תמיד, נאמונה ברכות.
אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת, מברך שביעי.
מניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית.
אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך. סבנו, סבנו, סבנו מטובך, סבנו, סבנו, סבנו מטובך, ושמח נפשנו, אוי בישועתך, ותהל ליבנו, ותהל ליבנו, ותהל ליבנו לעובדך באמת, ותהל ליבנו, ותהל ליבנו, ותהל ליבנו לעובדך באמת. היי היי ירדאי, 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 והנפילנו אדוני קודשך, שבת קודשך, והנקילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון, שבת קודשך, שבת קודשך, ישראל מקדש שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Continue with Kaddish Shalom, page 54 or 316. יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה, ואמרתי רע, ירצה בעמך מלכותי, בחייכון ובמייכון ובחיי תכו בית ישראל. בעגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן.
יהא שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעלמיה יתברך. וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה, בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירת התוש וכתה ונחמתה תמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
תתקבל צורכון ובעצמון דרכו ישראל קודם המון דיבישמיה ואמרו
אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מנשמי וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו
We turn to Kiddush on page 55 or 318, inviting those who are joining us at home, if you have grape juice or wine, and those who are with us can turn, and Ari will be saying it on our behalf.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Chaim, Chaim. We take a moment for blessing, traditionally a blessing of the children, but also a blessing for everyone, opening our hearts to the blessings and gratitude that we are holding so deeply. Turn to page 692 in the Sim Shalom. And in the sanctuary, there's a handout that you should be able to find the words for Hamalach HaGoaloti, beautiful blessing of peace for our children. Continue with the Birkat Kohanim, page 75. Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chemenashe, Yisimech Elohim ke'Sara Rivka Rachel v'Leah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God shine God's beautiful light upon all of us. And we conclude our services with Aleinu on page 56 or 320.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שבונת השמיים ויוסד הארץ משה ורב השמיים ושכינת ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We turn to Mourner's Kaddish on page 58 or 324, inviting those who are marking a yahrzeit or saying Kaddish to remain standing and rise if you're able to, and those who are joining us on Zoom to unmute as we say Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach kirtei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yesh shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha brechu Ve'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiram be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav u'yaseh shalom ali Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. You may be seated. Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Once again, from near and far, we have a lot of people here in the sanctuary, which is such a blessing, and also many joining us. Maybe you're with family afar, so real joy for us to be able to bring in Shabbat together. We send condolences and turn to Herb and Karen and their daughter Rachel, who isn't with us, but the passing of Thelma Fisher, Herb's mother, and also your aunt passed, and so we hold you in this moment of loss and grief. And tomorrow morning we will be together again for Tefillah. First, you can prepare for Tefillah. Roli is back, and we're very excited, and he'll be having his Hachana L'Tefillah in the chapel, which will start at 8:45. It's an opportunity to prepare our souls, sing a little bit, dive into the beautiful piyutim around Shabbat, and then we will start services here at 9:30 in the sanctuary. We invite you to join us, and even if you didn't register, you're welcome to join us. Just make sure that you have proof of vaccination. And we'll also have our early childhood services happening upstairs at 10:15 on the 3rd floor with our youngest ones, ages, those who are just born all the way through age 7, and there has been a return of the Torah to that service. So everyone will be reading Torah, and we look forward to that. And at 11:15, there will also be a family service that is happening on Facebook Live. And tomorrow, after we enjoy Shabbat, which is ending very early at 5:20, we will gather on Zoom for Aravit and Havdalah. So 5:20, but we'll take in all of the Shabbat that we can until then. And Hanukkah is on the horizon. Hanukkah is beginning already tomorrow night, on Sunday night. Sorry, not Saturday night, Sunday night, not that early. And so as we make our way through our year of Shemitah, which is something we've been learning about and taking on, we are reminded of the creative possibilities that arise when we step back and make space. Throughout our celebration of Hanukkah this year, join us as we explore the intersection between light and creativity, embracing the possibilities within the creative process, adding light, depth, and beauty to the world around us. So this Hanukkah, we're inviting everyone to step out of that comfort zone, or maybe for some, the creative space is the comfort zone, and to try something on a little bit different. On Sunday, November 28th, we'll have the first candle of Hanukkah, and you can join us at 6:30 p.m. for Aravit on Zoom and also for candle lighting. And on Monday, Monday, November 29th, we'll have the second candle, and a reminder that every morning of Hanukkah, we're going to be together in person as well as on Zoom, a multi-access week of davening together. So we invite you to join us. Please sign up and register so that we have a minyan in person and we can ensure that we can daven together and say Hallel and enjoy the light and creativity that Hanukkah has to offer and to bring us this year. And I'll wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom and invite you to, after the services, if you haven't had a chance, we haven't had a chance to meet, I would love to meet you, and also maybe to find somebody here, if you're in the space, to introduce yourself to somebody that you haven't had the chance to greet or meet before. And so we say Shabbat Shalom, and we'll conclude our services with Shalom Aleichem. We'll welcome in our Shabbat angels, and then we'll bid them farewell on page 73 or 722.
מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי שלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. רוחם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברוך הוא שלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Adonai Yvarech et Amav Bashalom. Shabbat Shalom u'mevarach. May it be a blessed Shabbat for all of us.